is a program to incorporate speakers who have been discharged from prison, people who have a background, if it's intoxication or drug abuse, substance abuse. Today, Edgar Morales is our speaker. He and I met inside the House of Corrections where we hold the actual Wings program. We get 200 men a year. And Edgar is a graduate of the program, and he's agreed to take some of his time in between work and other things that he's doing on the outside to come here and be part of the Wingsmen program. So with that, Edgar, come on up, and thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you. How y'all doing? Good morning. My name is Edgar Morales. I was born in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, raised in Philadelphia. And I wanted to share a little bit about my life and what I've been through. Choices that I made that caused me imprisonment, get shot at, sliced, stabbed. First, I would like to say at the age of 15, I basically got addicted to marijuana, and I was selling marijuana. But I graduated very quick doing cocaine and crack cocaine. Now, when I started getting high, it was all fun. And selling drugs was fun. Making a couple $100 at the age of 15. But it got me incarcerated in a young age. That was the consequences of my action. I was put in a placement, and when I was put in a placement, I was still getting passes, but I was being hard-headed, still getting high. So they just took my home passes. The fellas thought I needed rehabilitation. And basically, when I was getting high, it was kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie, it was fun, but I didn't know what was the consequences of it. What it was doing is it was unbalancing my emotions, my whole body. So they ended up putting me in a rehab afterwards. And I learned a little bit more on what I was using. So I used to always say marijuana is not addictive. Yes, marijuana is addictive. Because if you smoke marijuana every day, when you go through a process, learn how to deal with life or your feelings, it's going to be hard because you need the chemical to have you in the mellow. I was the type when I used to wake up, I couldn't eat. I had 2 toasts of marijuana before I ate. So yeah, I learned that marijuana was an addiction. So growing up in North Philadelphia, it took me to another level where I started selling heroin, crack, and one day I was so curious, because my curiosity, I ain't gonna lie, nobody forced me to do nothing, I was just curious. I tasted the heroin. I tasted it here and there, and it came a day, I ended up being addicted to heroin. It only took one day, and I didn't want it. I didn't want it. I didn't get addicted to it. So I ended up using a bundle thing with a bundle of rocks. So imagine, that's like $200 a day. I couldn't function without it. And it was hard for me, and I was ashamed of it, to tell my mom or my baby mom, hey, I got addicted on heroin. No, I kept it quiet. But I used to cry lots of nights. And that took me, the consequences of me touching heroin, I ended up throwing my baby mom out the house with the baby, because I was so stressed out on this heroin. Been incarcerated too many times for selling drugs, even doing drugs. Be on probation, got high, got me incarceration. I even was at the age of 15, got into gangs. Then in North Philadelphia, back in the 80s, there were too many gangs. Like every 10 blocks, there was a new gang. So when I got involved with the gang, it was, it was a lot of tension. Sometimes you feel like famous because everybody calling you by your nickname. But when you passed the other 10 blocks, it was hard. Because now you got somebody chasing you, or you had been with a group of people to fight the next group of gangs. So eventually I left that, thanks God. But living in North Philadelphia and not listening to my mom, let's put it that way, got me where I was at. Because mom used to always say, go to school, stop getting high. I was like, Mom, but I'm okay. I'm all right. I got money. You don't got to buy nothing. And it was all nothing but a lie and manipulation. Because I knew how to manipulate my mom. Like we all know how to do it, right? Since we were little kids. So eventually, I was raised without a dad. Dad was never there. So I really didn't have that structure, that father figure. So my mom did what she could best do, try to stop me. And basically keep growing up, I kept going incarceration. Now, I try to stop my other addictions that I had. Like the last addiction was marijuana and PCP. I touched PCPs since 1991. Yeah, it made me feel like somebody else, like Superman. But at the same time, like PCP is gonna make you feel like Superman. Other PCP is gonna make you confused because the chemicals they put in. If you know what other chemicals they put heroin in it, brake fluid in it, cocaine in it, heroin in it, clonazepam, any other drug or any other chemicals around it, mix it with PCP. So eventually you don't even know what you're smoking. So one time I smoked it in. My mom had a 302 because I came out the house naked. I came out butt naked. I thought, I was the top of the world, like it was cool, I was free. But eventually, I embarrassed my mom. And basically I embarrassed myself later on because everybody was laughing afterwards. And it was hard for me to stop PCP because I liked it. And plus the effects of it kept me going. And if I had to go and work and do study, it would have kept me going to 8 or 12 hours. But there's consequences behind that. Because my kids got tired of me seeing me on PCP. Family members got tired of me seeing me on PCP. So eventually, what I was getting was the back shoulder. Every time they see me, here he comes. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to see him. Sometimes they won't even open the doors for me. But I think my Creator, I got to give him all credit for giving me the strength to stop everything that I was doing. Even though I relapsed a couple of times because I was going through tragedies. One time, I relapsed because I became homeless. And I just wanted to keep myself away. I was sleeping in benches, the parks. And eventually I had family members. But pride and eventually what I did back then, I didn't want to knock on their door. And they would have been like, no. And then I would have felt more hurtful and rejected. And so I met Joe. That time, I used to come and see Joe, and Joe gave me a helping hand. Got me a room where I could sleep at and stay. But it was already too late, because my action, when I went to see my PO, I gave him a dirty urine, so eventually the next time in a month, he incarcerated me. And it cost me 5 months out of my time. But eventually I lost some of my clothes. Oh, not lost, they basically took it. And my kids was very upset with me, because they got tired of me being incarcerated so much, going in and out, in and out, in and out. My littlest daughter, she's 17 now, and I thank the Creator for giving me the opportunity to still have a relationship with her. At first she was saying, I don't have a dad, and that kind of broke my heart. And she said, you've only been there 2 years out of my life, the rest you've been incarcerated. So that's one of my inspirations today is my kids, besides my Creator. Joe, I love Joe. Joe gave me a lot of words, inspiration, which eventually, tell you the truth, I ain't like no programs, no homes, nothing. Because I felt as though everybody was a bunch of boom, or nobody understood me, or nobody was giving me the right tools to do something for myself. So when I met Joe, I felt this peace from Joe and love, like he was sincere, and he can bring any situation this big, he'll make it this small and give you the tools for it, and it's up to you to use it. So I stood in contact with Joe one time with the Wings program, and kept inspiring me. I even felt bad when I fumbled, I got high again, I didn't know how to tell him. I lied to him at first, but then eventually I ended up telling him because I had to get it off my chest. Like I let him down, but not only did I let him down, I let myself down and my family down. But today, I thanks my Creator. Still got Joe, my son. I got my kids back. Got me a little part-time job, and today it was another blessing. they asked me to work for a recovery house. And it almost brings tears to my heart because eventually I'm an addict, or I always say a recovering addict, person healed. And I can help the next person not to take the same step I took and then pay the consequences. I had friends that died of drugs. They didn't know they was gonna die that day. I got other people that I knew in the community that died of drugs. So my thing is, I would like to help the next person, and especially young people, or people that started, or people that are born in, that want to get off the drugs. Give them a message. There's consequences before every action we take. If you take a good action, you're gonna get a good action back. If you do something bad, eventually you're gonna get something back. So basically, it's like planting a seed. Whatever seed you plant in life, it's gonna come back. Ain't no stop to that. It's basically like a law. If you do good to a person, eventually somebody else is gonna do good to you. So my message is, make the right choices in life. You make the right choices in life, you'll get somewhere. So I remember when I was young and I was going to school, it broke my heart because I could have been the next Bill Gates. I could have been the next Bill Gates. Computers you have now, back then you had programming yourself. So I was quick programming. So they see that I was intelligent on that, I was good at it, they put me in a Voltech school. And eventually when they kicked me out that Voltech school, I lost hope. I went to a school that basically it was ghetto, too many drugs, gangs, and I lost hope. Today I want to tell you is make the right choice. Do it for you. Sometimes you gotta eliminate your friends, eliminate them. This is all about you. Because in the future, who's gonna take care of you when you're 20, 30 years old? When your mom not there, when your dad not there. Because I lost my dad when I was incarcerated. Lost my grandma when I was incarcerated. And I lost my mother when I was incarcerated. And I own. So basically, what I did, the actions to him, got me incarcerated and I lost a lot. Could have been there for my mother. My mother died of cancer. But I was incarcerated because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the corner. I didn't even be in court. I was not even selling drugs that day. I still got incarcerated. It cost me a year and a half. 1.5 to 3. So what I would like to say is, I'm here, you guys, me any questions. Be glad to answer them truthfully. But my thing is, think about your future. Respect your mom. Listen to your mom. Believe me. When mother says something, she's saying the truth. She wants the best for you. Who else is going to want the best for you? Your friends? Or your mother? So, basically, I'm open floor.
Edgar, tell me what it's like in jail.
In jail, it's another world. I mean, one time I almost caught an anxiety attack because I was behind 4 walls, and you start thinking, you behind 4 walls, your freedom is taken. That's the main thing. When your freedom is taken and you can't move, you start going through a process. Your brain be like, I'm seeing the same thing 24 hours. So my thing was, I started thinking and it drove me crazy and I started shaking. But in jail, it's more than that. In jail, you got people that want to steal off of you. I see people get poked, people get raped. That's not a beautiful thing anymore. It's not a beautiful thing. It's another world. Then you feel like nobody loves you because you don't see your family members and loved ones. Sometimes we see the letter. So I didn't see a letter one time. I didn't see that. I feel like nobody loved me. I feel like I didn't exist to the world, to no one. And that was another thing I tried to fight. Not to go back to jail, but eventually I kept going back for stupid stuff.
How many years did you spend in jail?
Through my whole lifetime, in and out, I gave them at least approximately 10. God knows, probably a little bit more.
What's it like in there? What was it like in there when your family members passed away and you couldn't attend the funeral?
It was a hurt piece. It was really, it hurt it. I felt hopeless, useless, and it tore me apart. The first one was my dad. I insulted him a lot because he was never there for me. And a couple of days before he did pass away, I ended up apologizing to him through the phone because he was telling me he was going to pass away. It still was a hurt piece because when I came home and he passed away, I needed that father figure. I always wanted a dad. I never had a dad to come and play baseball with me, play football with me, tell me about the birds and the bees, or be there when I feel confused or hurt. So eventually, when he passed away, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. When my grandma passed away, it broke my heart too. And I'm like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm losing family members while being incarcerated. And thanks to Creator once again, because you can lose your mind being in prison and losing loved ones. You know? They just disappear before your eyes. You don't get to see them no more. Like my mother, when she passed away, I used to always say, I'm going to be the biggest drug dealer there is. I'm going to create a mafia, and we're doing by my rules. I'm going to eliminate them in a quiet way. But I didn't. When my mom passed away, I came home, and that's why I wanted to do the right thing. Even though I relapsed later on, you know, I know my mother wanted the best. And what I do today, you know, I wish she could see it. Excuse me.
Yeah, it caused her a lot of pain. She suffered a lot. And I wish she could see me now.
How long is your mother gone right now?
4 years. Been 4 years. That's the message. This is your mother. It's not worth it. The streets not worth it. None of it is worth it. Selling drugs not worth it. Getting high is not worth it. Accept reality either way it comes. You know? You might be laughing for a moment, you think you're high, but hey, it's not worth it. It's fun. It's an illusion. Now, today I can be happy, I can smile, I can have fun before I get high. Grabbing a substance, you can get addicted to that substance. Just like if you eat a cheesesteak. If you like that cheesesteak, you want to eat another cheesesteak one day. So my advice, don't even touch it, no matter what. If it's free, or they say it's going to make you feel good, let's have fun. Don't you put it, you know?
Excuse me, Edgar, can you take us back to 9th grade and tell us about your education? What went into your decision back into high school?
Okay, like I said, I was good at computers. So at 9th grade, I went to a Voltech school. They put me in a Voltech school. And at the Voltech school, they was going to teach me more about computers and electronics. Because they was teaching me already college math. But when I got kicked out of the Voltech school, I lost hope. And when I lost that hope, you know, sky high, I started hanging with the wrong people. And, you know, I tell you the truth, I used to tell you, see kids graduate, I used to cry because I wanted to be graduation, you know, I want to be in the prom. I never got to do it. Even though later on in the future I got my GED diploma, but never went to the graduation on that either. So at 9th grade, boom, I dropped out. And basically, you know, I should have never dropped out. You know? But at the same time, I never had no one there to say, yo, stay in school, go back to school, even though my mother did. But eventually I wanted to stay in that Voltech school, where it was teaching me something that I wanted to be. A person that wanted to create a robot, a person that was getting into computers. You know, that was the future for me.
How old were you when you joined the gang?
I was the age of about 13 years old. I joined the gang. And, you know, I joined the easily. That time, you had to get initiated. You had a, you know, a bunch of guys. It was 200 of us. But it was a raw guys, and you had to get hit by all these guys just to join the gang.
But when I joined again, I slipped in again and I joined them. But I came to find out, you know, I ain't had no, how can I say, peace, or I couldn't walk the next 10 blocks because there was another gang, and if I wasn't with my gang, I was gonna get bum rushed or get chased out of the block. And basically, I was with them for like 2 years. And after the 2 years, I just left again because it was not worth it. Because sometimes, you know, there's always somebody that want to start something, and then you have to go and defend that person when eventually your own friends started the problem. Yes.
Did they try to come after you, like when you left?
When I left the gang,
Yeah.
all they said was, we're not going to be there if somebody come and bum rush you. I said, it's okay. Because what's going to happen is going to happen eventually. You there or not there. That's how I looked at it. And some of them today, they're incarcerated, or they did. Out of them 200, you know, not all of them survived. Yes.
Why did you get kicked out of the school?
Why?
Yeah, why did you
Because
get?
I vandalized the school. I put my name all around the school. So eventually the principal, he see me through the hallway, and he just said, "You suspended, bring your mother in." One pin slip got kicked out of that school. It was a great school, I'm not gonna lie. One of the greatest schools in North Philadelphia in my time. Yes.
Can you talk about what it was like to relapse and how many times that happened and like what it kind of felt like before and afterwards and what your thought process was? Because that got you in trouble a couple times?
Oh, yes. Once again, I lost hope. Every time I relapsed, I lost hope. I was disappointed in myself. I know I let my mother down. Because my mother was the one who was always there through my good time, bad time. And eventually, it got worse. Every time I relapsed, it just got worse. The getting high got worse.
What do you think caused you to relapse?
What caused me, and I did an inventory myself, was more pain. The pain or reality. I never used to like accepting the reality of life, how it comes or what was coming towards me. If I'm trying to communicate with another person, a person don't communicate back with me, or somebody want to argue with me, or somebody basically hurts my heart. You know, and I eventually go and medicate myself. Because eventually, that's how it really started. I got hurt one day. Basically, it was my fault because I left my girlfriend, and I loved this girl. I feel like she feel that empty void in my heart because my dad wasn't there. So eventually, when I broke up with her, that's when I started getting high. And when I got high, I stimulated my body, so I find comfort in getting high. But eventually, it cost money, and not only that, it unbalanced my whole lifestyle. It's not a good feeling, you know, because I know the difference, what is to be normal, and what is the difference to be high. Because I got high, when I got high, and I took it to the next level. How high can I take? How much my body can take? And its consequences, it's not good because people stole off of me, people took advantage of me, got incarcerated. Then when you come back to reality, you start thinking, oh man, what did I just do? And the way I see it now, you know, like, I wasted a whole bunch of my lifetime, 42 years old. Come on, man. We were 25, like I told my daughter, look, by the time you're 25, you can have cars, house, then you want to travel, you can go and travel. You got a good job. I have a cousin that I admired her. She went to college. This girl gets paid $25 an hour. She's still young. She got her crib, she got her car, she can go anywhere she want to go. So I inspire my kids to do the same thing. Hey, friends, hi, bye. Yo, right now I'm thinking about the future. You know, sometimes, you know, they can call you a nerd, whatever, but hey, the nerd is just the one who got it. They got it made, you know. The majority of people that I see that took the little fast lane, want to have fun now, as being young, you only live once, is the one that don't have nothing. Basically, I'm one of them. I gotta admit it, I ain't gonna lie. But if I would have stood in school, like I said, I could have been the next Bill Gates. Because I remember when I was a kid, I programmed a rocket inside in the computer and I did it quick. By the time 45 minutes, I had a rocket flying inside the computer. You know? So God knows I could have been the next Bill Gates. For
Yeah. But I still want to go to college and get my, A+ in computer technician, because I love computer, that's the future. And I recommend that, anybody want to take that course, it's very easy, and it's the future, and it's money, it's a clean job.
Easy for you.
It's
I don't
easy.
think I'd be good at that. My question was, my next question was, how important do you think it is to get a high school diploma or a GED, like, from trying to get into the job market and everything like that?
It's very, very important, because it took me a long while, right? I said, Joe, look, I put applications in the computer, I go to places, they say they hire, I fill applications, and majority that do good jobs, they want some type of experience or have your high school diploma. It's very, very, very important, very important. Yes.
How difficult is it for you to get a job now after incarceration?
It was very difficult, I would say, it was very difficult. Doors been open, I have opportunity, I do catering now, and it's not a full-time job, it's just probably a couple of days, part-time. But like I said, I got offered today a full-time job in a recovery house, and with benefits. Something that I tell you, when they told me if I wanted to work, I wanted to cry, because this is what I want. I like dealing with people, sharing my lifestyle with the next person, so that person don't gotta go through what I went through. I went through a lot of pain. I might look like I was laughing out there a lot, but I was going through a lot of pain. And eventually, a lot of people didn't understand me. Sometimes I say, Mom, you don't even understand who's your son. Because deep in here, it's broken, it's torn, there's something missing in here. She loved me the best as you can, but there was something in here that needs to get healed.
Edgar, when you were in the House of Corrections, you went through the Wings program for 10 weeks. What was it that kept you coming back day after day, and was there any opposition to you getting there?
One, when I heard about it, I wanted to keep my mind occupied. In prison, you just can't just be in one cell. You're going to go crazy. So I wanted to feed my mind. I wanted to get educated. So, they said there's a program called the Wings program that will help you get on your feet, that will help you try to get a job, that will help you make your own business. So I said, okay, put me in that class. I would like to take it. So eventually that day, I still remember I went to church, and I feel like the Creator spoke to me through the pastor. The pastor acted like he was God. He said, what do you want? I said, I want to get out of jail. Now, I had 17 charges. It was really 16 charges against 4 cops. Aggravated assaults, 4 simple assaults, 4 threats to threat, and armed an officer. So everybody's saying, oh, you're going to jail. You're going to do some time. So eventually at the church, the pastor was saying, do what's right, like God is watching. So eventually I went to Joe's class. When I see Joe, once again, Joe, peaceful man, and I like to his presence. And what he brought to the program was, God is always first. Oh my God, God is always first. They go another one. So eventually, that's what grabbed my attention. That's why I said, hold on, this guy spoke about one thing first, God. And from there, I told Joe, I'm coming to see you. I have to go to court, and I believe I'm going home Friday. But when I do go home, I'm coming to see you. Eventually, when I went to court, I told them, I'll plead guilty right now if you let me go home right now. Eventually, they wanted to send me upstate, but eventually, I left that day. So when I left that day, I came to see Joe on, but it was on Saturday, in Drexel. And when I listened to Joe's program and the way he inspired me, that's what I needed. It was time for me letting somebody help me instead of trying to do this by myself, because I couldn't do it by myself. Eventually, I ended up in jail. So I get the opportunity of Joe to mentor me and listen to Joe, what he had to say, and he did a great job, Joe.
Thank you.
I recommend that program all the way to everybody.
Are you on probation now?
Yeah, I'm still probation until the year 2020.
So you have another 5 years on probation?
Yes.
What happens if you have a probation violation?
I will go back to jail, and the judge is tired of me because me and this judge argue a lot. He said, if you don't make it this time, I'm going back out. And this time, you know, he probably give me the whole 5 years or 2.5 to 5 years. And eventually, I don't want to go back, keep losing, and I got to start back over again and tell me to come out of prison. It's like an ongoing cycle. It's insane.
Why did you agree to come here today to Pennsbury High School East?
To give a message to help the next generation that's coming up. You don't have to go through what I went through. You know, take this opportunity. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. But I'm telling you too, I lived in North Philadelphia. North Philadelphia, the Badlands, it's not beautiful, it's a jungle out there. You know? And what I'm trying to say is, you know, message, please, you know what I mean? I don't know who gets high, I don't know if y'all get high. Don't touch it, not even say it. You can try not to touch the sand, man. Don't even touch it. All these substances gonna, you know, chemically unbalance your body. And, you know, I would like to see in the future, God knows, you know, I might have a heart attack or something. That could be my doctor. I don't want a doctor getting high or on dope, crack or something, trying to operate on me. So eventually, you know, honestly, you know, I love humanity, basically, for them. I love people. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of race, color, whatever, you know, I love people. And being around people, it makes me feel good because sometimes, you know, I always dream. I have a dream. I want a family. I don't care if it's black, white, Chinese. I want to be loved. Something that I didn't feel when I was a kid. The only one that gave me that love was my mother. I even had family members say I love you. When I turn my back, they backstab me. So eventually, I learned today, if I can love you, eventually I can love somebody else. You know how beautiful it would be that we all can be united in one? We do a lot in this world. One mind, one accord, one love. So I learned in life that love is the whole solution for me. If I would have been, I can't like my mother because my mother came from a very poor family, 18 kids up in the jungles of Puerto Rico. She didn't know what was to be loved. So I couldn't blame her because she didn't know how to love me the way I wanted to be loved. But today, you know, I learned that I can love the next person if he's an addict or not an addict. I can love the next person if it's a thief or a murder. I can learn how to love people because I've been through an experience of the streets, in jail, and out of jail. Yes.
Let me give you a case scenario. You're walking outside in the street and you see, let's say, a homeless man or whatever, and he's doing crack or whatever, like serious drug, and you see him, like, you see the depression and you see his emotion in his eye. You know, you can't tell something, but you see it. So, what would you say to him or her?
What I would say to him?
Yeah.
Well, first, how can I help you? Are you okay? You know, like, give him a hug. Because I did it before. You know, some people, my family member, what is he doing? Kissing that bum. You know, I felt for him. You know, there's something he's struggling. You know, I sat down with other bums before, you know, and I spoke with them. And a lot of people went through a lot of tragedy to become into that position. So eventually, I do my best to talk to that person, make that person feel like, yo, you're somebody. Even though you might not have it all, you're sleeping in the street or whatever the cause is, you're somebody. Let that person know that there's someone that do care. Yeah.
What came first? Did you sell drugs or did you do drugs?
I first used the drug. I first tasted it when I was 13 once, and I was scared. Then I tasted it again when I was 14. I hid from my mom. Then at the age of 15, when I left my girlfriend, that's when everything started. I got high by myself, and eventually, a couple months later, me and my brother started selling in this corner, and we stood there. And that's when everything just, you know, I wasn't thinking I was going to smoke crack. I wasn't thinking I was going to do cocaine. But eventually, it was in my hands, and curiosity got me stuck on it. Yes.
I have a lot of students who have expressed just like feeling like there's a hole in them, or there's emotions that are so just frustrating and deep. And you said that for you it was when you were feeling so frustrated or so like empty, that's when you used what do you wish you would have done instead, or like what other strategy do you think that you should have done?
Honestly, I pray. I first pray. I meditate. Then I go to somebody that I feel comfortable with and speak to that person. That's what I do. Yeah.
Is it a constant struggle not to do drugs today?
It's a struggle.
Is it a struggle not to do drugs today?
Nah, it's not a struggle for me. Because I made a decision. I don't want it. I don't want it no more. I don't care, how good it made me feel. I don't care it made me feel happy. No, I made a choice not to because I lost so much. I sit back and I analyze my whole lifestyle. I lost so much. My mom, grandma, my kids, I almost lost my kids, the whole situation. And basically, every time the more I fought, I lose everything. I even became homeless for like 2 weeks, and it was driving me crazy, sleeping in parks and in the school. Oh, no, I cannot afford it. It took my freedom again. I'm tired of being in prison telling me when I went to use the bathroom. Sometimes it gets like that. Some prison, they lock the gate. They say we ain't open it until half an hour. You gotta wait. Went to eat, went to take a shower. No, I want to be controlling my own life. Even though I believe I had to go through an obstacle, but it's okay. It's okay today. I'm gonna go through that obstacle. If I gotta go through a sacrifice of whatever it is, I'm gonna do it. Make sure it's positive. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. But no, and thanks the Creator for that.
In the Wings program, it doesn't matter where you've been, what matters is where you're going. Where do you see yourself 1 year from today?
1 year from today, I believe that probably doing this there. Talking to people, kids, working in a recovery house, and having a more bond relationship with my kids. I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. Even though my oldest, she started going through it, she started getting high as well at a young age, and I tried to stop her, but I said I couldn't stop her, so I let her know what was coming. It's gonna be one, when you hit that wall, I'm there. When you don't want to listen, go right ahead. Eventually, she hit the wall. She hit the wall a couple times. She relapsed. Oh, get back up again. I didn't scream at her. Just get back up again. I believe in you. You can do it. Believe in you 100%. You can do it. And eventually, she works in a jewelry shop. She's 20 years old. She works in a jewelry shop now. She got her own apartment. And her thing is, I want to go to school, Dad. I want to go to school. I want to go to college. I want to get into real estate. I said, you can do it. Just go for it. Just go for it. Don't stop. If you made it this far, hey, keep it going. Whatever you want in this way, you can do it. All you got to put your mind into it, effort into it. Don't let nobody, I even tell her, don't let me, your mother, get in between. This is your life. Just keep going. And eventually, when I became older, she told me, you got to go. I can't have you here. My landlord said, I can't have nobody else here. She made a sacrifice throwing me out. Like, I gotta go, okay, I gotta go. But then eventually, I couldn't find a way to stay. And I got stressed out, and eventually I got relapsed. Not today. Get the owner now. I want to Joe. Joe, I need your help now, please.
Question for you. Throughout your years, you've had some highs and lows. How is your appreciation today for law enforcement?
Oh, I appreciate that. Respect them. No problem. I don't want no problem. Yeah. Officer, we need them today because it's in my neighborhood. It's going crazy out there. It's crazy out there. And they have to do the job. That's their job, protect our community. You got people nowadays that don't want to sell drugs, wait till the next man sell drugs to go and rob them. Or they see you with a nice phone, oh, okay, then steal that phone. So we need officers out there to stop all this. So yeah, they're appreciated. I respect them.
What was it like when you were in prison, when Christmas would come, when Thanksgiving would come?
It was sad. But I learned, I had to learn, I had to block all that. I'm in another world. Prison is another world. I learned that, birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, it doesn't exist in prison for me. Because if I put my mind into it, I'm going to hurt my own self. I'm going to go through a depression, anxiety. I'm probably going to get a heart attack and something. Just thinking so hard. So eventually I had to block everything. I'm in another different world. And eventually one day, I believed I was going to come home. I just had to make sure I don't get into no fights, don't hurt nobody. Don't get involved with drugs. It's just drugs. I mean, I'll tell you, there's so many drugs in prison. So don't get involved with the drugs or any negativity. Yes.
Now, two questions.
Yeah.
Are you still living in Philly right
Yes.
now? You are? Alright, second question is, in prison, like, I mean, we've heard it from another person from the Wings program that, yeah, there's, stabbings, and yeah, there's all that rape and stuff, but, from your point of view, how many times a day, or not even, like, how often do you see someone trying to be big, or like, trying to start something with someone else just for no reason, like, you know what I mean? Like, just starting stuff, just to start stuff, you know, because they're not getting out of prison anytime soon, so.
Okay, I see more of the county prisons. It's almost every day. It's every day. Somebody want to chump somebody else, take advantage of somebody else.
So like, if you're weak in prison, basically you're screwed.
Yeah. Basically. But then if you're too tough, or you acted too tough, someone say, okay, they go tough guy, that's mine. So eventually you have to be a normal person, you know. Eventually
It's
don't let
kinda
nobody
hard.
take advantage, but at the same time don't think you Mr. Superman.
Makes sense.
Yes.
What would you say to the judge, like, if you have like a case coming up about like drugs and you're trying to like start doing good things?
That you on drugs? Or you got
No, I got a case.
on drugs?
Selling.
Selling drugs?
What would you say to the judge?
Well, eventually I would say to Your Honor, I apologize for what I did, to be honest with you. I apologize for what I did. You know, I made a wrong decision. I won't say mistake, I don't want to hit a mistake, wrong decision. And I'm willing to, you know, I would like to get some help. Or give me an opportunity, or, you know, ready to take the consequences. Because sometimes when the judge, you be honest with them, they be lenient with you. And if you go in and plead guilty, if you know you did it, you plead guilty to it, eventually they be lenient too, instead of wasting their time. Because if you waste their time, then eventually they're gonna give you your own life. You still got opportunity, right? It's your first time.
As an adult, yeah.
First time, yeah, you can give an opportunity. Just be real with them, be honest, you know.
I'd like to just address that also. What you can also do is be part of a good program of substance. And when a judge sees that you're part of good programs that help you to go forward in life, they have, you know, allowances, they have reductions in time. For guys on the inside, early parole, work release, house arrest. But so they look kindly on programs of substance versus wasting time. Very important. Programs of substance is called mitigation. Lowering, you know, your sentencing. You have sentencing guidelines, minimums and maximums, and the judge can go even below the minimum if she wants. And so, first thing is to have the humility to do exactly what Edgar said, to take responsibility. That's key. That's where it all begins. And then show them all the good programs, from a GED program to the Wings program or a rehab program, whatever you want.
You know what the youthful offender program is?
The youthful offender in Bucks County? I've heard of it.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Okay.
I told him, like, basically, if you do good in school and you have stuff to show to the judge rather than you, like, basically what you said, wasting your time, like, I straight up told him, like, if you go to the judge, show him what you're doing well, he wants to go to college and all, so, like, I believe he can do it, you know?
Keep good grades.
That's my
good grades,
man.
Stay in
Like,
school.
Yeah, you can, and let me just go up front to support my friend here, because the judge looks kindly on, you know, people in court when they're part of the program being right here. You're giving back to community. There's community service that's mandated by the court, but this isn't. This is community service that is, you know,
Heart.
so from the heart. It's something that he decided to do, and other speakers have decided to do, and the judge has, you know, agreed to give him a reduction in time, or an early parole, a house arrest, and that could be from severe time, you know, the higher times like 18 to 20 years, or you know, whatever, down to the lower sentencing. But in any case, taking full responsibility is the first thing, offering the apology, and you know, when you go to the court, you're in the judge's home, and be respectful of the judge. very important, you know. And
Address poverty.
we go to the court for many of our guys to help them to come out and to get these blessings in the courtroom and to bring them here once they're on the right track. Edgar's doing great, but we started out how long ago?
Year ago?
About a year ago on the inside. Now he's been on the outside. How long?
Been out already for like possibly 3 months.
About 3 months.
Oh,
Well, that was with the relapse. At least 6, 7 months. And so, but he's on the right track and he's moving in the right direction. And, you know, so that's the way to go. Programs of substance, offering the apology, taking full responsibility, and then
seeking help.
in the future, doing the right thing. Because if you make the same mistake twice and go back in front of the same judge, although you're in the WINGS program, it didn't work. Why not, Mr. So-and-so? Going to ask you that. This is where you have to gain wisdom. Don't make the same mistake twice, 3 times, because the small time could end up in high time, large time. Years of your life. And we want to avoid that. How old are you?
18.
You're only 18, just getting started. I have guys 18, 19 inside who are facing heavy time for consequences. So while you're here, you know, enjoy your freedom and make a plan for your life. You know, that's why Edgar's here. I'll just move out of the way a little bit.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So Joe is right, seek help. Seek help. Anyone else got a question?
I just wanted to let you know that you're really like brave to do that and stuff. Like not everyone can get out of the situation that they're in. Not like I just wanted to thank you for being here because it's really hard for people to like come back and be able to stay strong because something small can mess them up. So you know, just want to say you're strong for that, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And once again, I thank him for giving me this strength. Because I look at it as a battlefield. I call it the PMS. Physical, mental, spiritual. Because when you're out there, you know, you don't have probably no law enforcement, no one around you. And temptation's going to come. Sometimes even it starts here. You know, sometimes we have a crazy mind. Oh, now let me do this. Oh, can I do this? I might get away with this. Not knowing that that's the trap. As soon as you do it, you might get away with it for the moment. But it's going to catch up in the future. And then sometimes you might get addicted to doing whatever it is that is negative, you know? So it starts here. You know, I learned physically, I'm doing my best to keep myself in shape. Mentally, I like to read. I like to read something positive. I don't like to hear no more rap. It don't make no sense. Now, you want to rap about something positive, gaining education or something, yeah, I'll listen to it. But I really don't listen to nothing that's negative or nothing that's not going to benefit me. If it's not going to benefit me, not listening to it. You know? So the brain, I looked at it, for me, what I learned is like a computer. I can program myself. So I got a whole bunch of garbage in there that I call the virus, trying to get it out by programming something good and beautiful. So I read a lot, you know, like to read a lot of spiritual stuff and things that make sense, that are positive stuff, you know. And majority, I pray a lot because I believe there's a creator, somebody put it here. I can't tell you his whole real name, I wish I could, but I know there's something up there. And guess what? They're looking for work, asking for work. I had people come in my path, you know, telling me trust on him, lean on him. Guess what? I did, and like I said, I got me a little part-time job, and we're going to get a full-time job, we're getting a recovery house with other addicts. You know, that's the opportunity that God, the Creator, that I believe in, is giving me. Because I feel comfortable. It's a clean job. It's not a dirty job. I get to speak to people. Sometimes when I get to talk, and I can't stop. So I can share my experience with the next person. I might not help all, but I might get up with one person, you know. They might end up relating to what I've been through. And the thing is, sometimes I learn that he might not love me, or she might not love me, but if I can love them, I might get to change them. They might end up loving me back. Or I'll probably receive love from somebody else. Because my daughter used to always say, oh, Dad, you're a sucker, man. You know, like, the family owe you money, they treat you like this, but you still go over there and visit them and love them. I said, I don't gotta be like them. If I be like them, believe me, I'll be in a worse situation than I'm in. Thank you. Anyone else?
So Edgar, in closing, what is the one message that you can't express enough to these students?
One message in life, make the right decision. Plant the right seed. You do good, good is gonna come back. You do bad, good is gonna come back. Trust me. I lived that. You know, every decision that I made, I thought I was making it good. I knew some of them were bad, but I thought I was going to get away with it. No, oh God, I was fooled by my own wisdom. I had to learn from others. People that have more better experience, people that are educated, have a better lifestyle. I had to learn from them. You know? And that's the role models. We have role models here with teachers, principals, officers, Joe. You know, and I learned that sometimes if I can get closer to them, I can learn a little bit more. And knowing John, prior to John, I can learn Joe. And look, you know, I learn more positive people. The more positive people you can go be around with, the more positive you're gonna be. The more negative people you're gonna be with, you're gonna become negative. It's gonna rub off. So make the right decisions today. You know, this is your life. It's your life in the future.
Thank you, Edgar.
And I thank everybody for letting me have. Sorry for the crying. I am kind of sensitive. That's why sometimes used to get hot too. I am sensitive.
That's what makes you real. So I want to thank you for doing this work. Thank you so much. I also want to thank all of you for being very respectful and some quality questions that all of you asked. But I can't impress enough upon you how it is so nice when you guys are respectful to someone and a man who comes to give his message that you listen. So that when we started the program, we thought that we would impact all of you, but as you can see with the motion today, Edgar will get to take something away from all of you from being in here speaking today. So it is a positive that also will allow him to grow. So thank all of you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Good job.
Do you have the survey forms? Do you have them, Mr. Rivera? Who? The survey forms?
Yeah, they're right back there.
Right at the back.
They're one of the three papers,
Have
one
a
of the
good
three
day.
piles.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to join the Wings program if you like.